So I want to make this video because I know when I first went vegan, my first question was like, well, where the heck am I going to get my protein now that I'm going to be a veg? So I know that a lot of other people have that question, so if I can show you guys that it's very easy to get enough protein, I'm going to probably get over 100 grams of protein just by eating some pretty normal stuff. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy the recipes, but first Chris and I are going to go for a run, so let's get to it. If you don't have pockets, the next best thing you can do if you want to go for a run and you don't really feel like carrying your key is to tie it into your shoes. And if your shoes come untied, just double knot them and then tuck it under here and your key should be super safe. Topher and I just finished our run. It was a little over 3 miles. He went back to his house to get some water because he forgot water. I completely forgot water too. But we're meeting at the gym next. We're gonna do an upper body workout and I will see you guys there. All right, Topher, you promise you won't tell anyone if I share this with you?
Yeah, of course.
All right, just between you, me, and the internet. I always keep a stash of Clif bars in here for cases like this where I go from running to working out, or I just like maybe I run at like a state park and I'm like starving and I don't want to drive back all the way home. But if you watched my recent video where I was grocery shopping, you already know that about myself. So yeah, I just got the white chocolate macadamia nut bars. This is definitely my favorite one. Have you had this one?
Yeah, it's really good.
It's very good. So if you're gonna get one bar, I would definitely recommend this one. Recently this summer though, I have been working. I've been like running in the morning, working out in the evening, so I don't usually have to do that, but on a day like today where I'm going from running to working out, I do kind of want my Clif bar in between, so that's that.
Chris does not have a gym membership, so we just did everything that he could not do at home at the gym today. Most of the time this summer, I have been focusing on running, and I've just been lifting like I think 3 days a week here and there. Just because I am going to be a running camp counselor. Actually, by the time I upload this, I'm probably going to be at running camp. So I probably won't be able to answer anyone's comments because I won't have internet access. But I am going to the Adirondacks. I'm going to be a running camp counselor. So that's why I've been trying to get like really good running shape. Because if you're not in good running shape at running camp, you're going to have a bad time. So I've just been lifting a little bit here and there. But I'm pretty sure that when I get back from running camp, I want to focus mostly on lifting and just do a little bit of cardio here and there. I say that now, but whenever I come back from running camp, I'm always really motivated to run. But at the same time, since I do have a little bit of nerve damage still left in my legs, which you've probably noticed my legs are tiny. If you're new to this channel, hello. I have an autoimmune disease where I used to be paralyzed in a wheelchair. Had to relearn how to walk again. So I still have some nerve damage though. So running is not really that fun unless you're pretty good at it. Like when I was training to run like a 4:30 mile, like yeah, that was pretty fun. But now when I go for like a 3-mile run at like 11-minute pace, not quite as fun. But I also do really like that when I'm lifting, I can like actually see a difference in my body in the mirror, which is really cool. So I just kind of been enjoying lifting a little bit more, and it'd be kind of cool to have a little bit more muscle because I've just had like a runner's body my whole life. So that's the plan when I get back from running camp, and that's why I've been mostly focusing on running this summer. So now you know my whole life story. Okay, bye.
Oh, yeah, the last one was cheating. So we just got back from working out at Le Gym, and now we're making a pretty quick high protein milkshake type consistency. You could make this into ice cream if you just don't add any liquid. You can turn it into like more of a smoothie consistency if that's what you're going for. It really just depends on how much liquid you throw in. We're not going for a whole lot of liquid, so I just have 5 bananas in there. I already measured out all this stuff so I can measure it out to the gram, but you guys also aren't bored just by watching me measure stuff because it's not the most exciting. So spinach in there. This is just some ground flax.
Craig, wait, got a question.
Yeah.
You could tell that we just worked out because my arms are shaking. I'm shaking the camera.
So you're gonna have to forgive Chris. But this is the salted caramel maca protein powder. So this is what's gonna give it the salted caramel flavor. And I'm sure there's other protein powders out there that have salted caramel. So if that's the flavor you're going for. This is PB2 powder, which I got a huge thing of from Wegmans recently. It goes really well with any salted caramel stuff. It goes really well with chocolate. Like actually the PB2 powder, this scooper is actually from Vega Protein. I had like a chocolate one before, so I got two protein scoopers. And then I just have it's about a cup of soy milk, maybe a little bit less, but I measured it out. I measured everything out to the gram, so it doesn't necessarily have to be the exact cuppage. And then you just blend her up. And I've got a knockoff Vitamix. This is like the Italian Ambiano. It's like the Italian dollar store knockoff Vitamix. It's pretty good. but it's definitely not a Vitamix. I mean, like, look, just like it's got like a dial here and like 2 flippers. Like it's definitely trying to be a Vitamix. But anyway, we blend it. It doesn't sound good. Oh no! This thing may come apart. I need some super glue.
Definitely don't want that to fall in there.
Yeah, well, it's got the thing that like stops it from going in. Although the other day I did that and I wasn't using this and it did fall in, and somehow it didn't shatter. Like it didn't fall apart at all. I was just very lucky. But yeah, that was definitely pushing the motor to the extreme. But yeah, just look at the consistency.
Yeah, that is
good. It's the good stuff. Gotta mix in the stuff from the sides. Alright, look how thick this is. That's definitely like milkshake consistency.
the best.
The most goodest, Chris.
Around, nothing's gonna ever keep it down.
You ready for the taste test?
I'm ready. I'm more than ready. This is the first thing all day.
Mm-hmm.
After a 5K and the gym. What time is it? Like 4?
Watch says 3:53.
That intermittent fasting.
Mm-hmm. This is really good. I really recommend trying this out. I just threw the spinach in just because you can't even taste it, but it just adds some extra nutrients. You know? But pretty much everything else is for flavor, other than the flax. The flax I like to add for just a little bit like a thickness and like a little creaminess, but everything else is pretty much just for flavor.
He's got a piece on his beard.
Uh-oh. That's why you drink from a straw, so you don't get too much on your beard.
Why am I still friends with him? This tastes pretty similar to the smoothies I drink every day, but I've never had this protein powder, and I gotta say, it's pretty good. Yeah. I like it.
I really do like salted caramel. Although I did see that we went to Trader Joe's recently, and they had, I forgot if it was like, I think there's a pea protein and a soy protein that were like way cheaper, because I think that bag is like $56 or something like that. Like really expensive. I think that one at Trader Joe's is like 30 or something.
And it's coming all the way from the UK. Was there like shipping on that too, probably?
I don't remember. Because I'm probably like the only person on YouTube who uses Vivo who is not sponsored. Right. Because everyone else is sponsored. Yeah. So Vivo, if you want to sponsor these guns, come at me. Here. Both of them. Mine are bigger. All right, so you've been vegan 25 years, and I know when I first went vegan, like I said earlier in the video, one of my first questions was like, where do you get your protein? Like I was so worried about that, and a big reason why I want to make this video is because I don't want someone to be like, oh, it's such a stupid question, but like not want to ask those questions so they won't get those answers. So like what was your first questions like when you first went vegan?
I think a lot of vegans hear that question so often, like all the time. That's the only thing they hear, and then they think it's a stupid question. But it really is. If you look at the mindset of somebody that's never thought about it before, that is a legit question. Yeah. So it's not a stupid question. A lot of people ask that, but it's just the most common question people ask. And I think when I first went vegan, all these people that, when I look back, didn't really know what the heck they were talking about, told me that I was going to make myself sick and I was going to be protein deficient, and I really needed to figure out what multivitamins I should be taking daily and stuff like that. And I got to admit, that was before the day of the internet, and I thought I would be sick, to be honest with you. But after I went vegan, within a short amount of time, I'd say a week or two, I felt a noticeable difference. I felt better. I felt less tired, less lethargic, and I just stuck with it, thinking like, oh man, is my health going to take a toll? But it didn't. It actually, I flourished. I felt great, and basically everything that you eat has protein in it. Yeah. So you can get a lot of protein. Like we could have just drank this today, which by the way was delicious, without the protein powder in it, and still had a good amount of protein. Yeah. And it would have been good. The protein powder, I always tell people, you don't need it, but if you really feel like you need extra protein, which most people don't, I've never heard of a deficiency of protein unless you're starving yourself. But if it makes you feel better, it can't hurt. Put some protein powder in there. It's got
peace of mind.
It's got like the taste factor if you got a good one, but it's also got other nutrients in it too. Yeah. But by all means, you don't need it. You know? That's why we're doing this video.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I really like the flavor of that one a lot.
I've never really used protein powder for the extra protein. I've used it for the flavoring and
like you said, it has got like other nutrients.
Yeah, like some of them have like omegas and like different like B12 and stuff like that. You make baked goods, you can throw it in there.
Yeah. There's a lot of people make like protein pancakes and stuff like that.
Protein pancakes, brownies.
Yeah.
There's endless possibilities. But yeah, don't don't be afraid that you can't go vegan because of protein. That's one of the biggest, it's probably the biggest myth out there. And I've been breaking that myth for 25 years now.
Yeah. And I know you said like after a week or so you felt better. And after about 2 weeks, my autoimmune disease started to like improve a lot. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I used to be in a wheelchair, so that's like I was paralyzed, so that's why my legs are so tiny, because I still have a little bit of nerve damage in my legs. But I was eating meat, and I had my autoimmune disease, and I lost about 30 pounds. I was about 6 foot, like 129 pounds, which like it was grotesque how skinny I was. And that was when I was eating meat. And then I went vegan, and I gained all that muscle back. So although I may not look like a very like big, huge muscular guy, it's because I'm not. I have actually gained about 30 pounds of muscle from going vegan. So you can definitely build muscle on a vegan diet.
All right, Topher's getting out of here. We're doing the same video, so if you want to see someone else doing 100 grams of protein in a day,
check out my video.
Yeah.
Link in his description below.
Yeah. You tell him, Chris.
I told him.
Yeah.
Chris.
You tell him.
All right, Gregory.
Yeah.
You can probably guess what we're making tonight. We're having some friends coming over pretty soon, but in the meantime, I have to do those dishes before they come over, and I'm going to eat this because I'm starving. Just some quinoa and lentils that I made the other day, and I accidentally unleashed this entire jar of salsa on top of here, so oh well, gotta deal with that now. I don't know how to log kiwi skins, but you guys are like using kiwi for like drinks or something?
Yeah.
Right. All the people off camera. So they don't like the kiwi skins, but I don't know why they're making fun of me for eating them, but I like eating the kiwi skins. I don't know how to log that though. So it's not gonna get logged, but I ate them.
He's still alive.
That's so gross.
It's not coming out. Hear that sound effects overlay? Beautiful.
I had to pay good money for that.
Chef Josh. It is flavorful though. I don't need her. Oh god.
Oh my god. Making a mess. Making a mess.
Ooh, that sound.
Oh yeah, I
Don't panda with me.
I'm making you out of this. Come on.
Oh no.
Paris, do the body good. Kara, we're filming in here. Please stop.
It's a duck.
Oh my god, so much salsa.
There's a lot of things that I added to this that you didn't see. I just added Frank's. I'm not measuring that because there's a lot of things that I wanted to measure, but like just the way that we were cooking, like we couldn't. But I added some red cabbage, carrots. It started off as taco salad and then it just kind of turned into a salad with like salsa and guac. And Stacey's trying to just not giggle over here. I think that's, oh yeah, and then tomatoes and onions. I don't know if I showed you guys that, but this is what the whole salad looks like. Oh, and crushed up corn chips. So like so you guys saw like half the salad put together.
Enough for a family right there.
This isn't even my biggest bowl, and I'm not kidding. So. But yeah, that's dinner.
I ate like maybe a quarter of that.
Yeah, you can show what their bowl looked like.
I mean,
there's more,
done.
Yeah.
But
Well.
my God, Craig, I'm worried about you.
Yeah, Craig definitely has the biggest salad.
He's got like a hollow leg. It goes.
Well, I worked out and it rained today.
Thumbnail.
Wouldn't matter if I worked out.
There it is, baby.
I wanted to measure everything out to the gram, but life happens sometimes. And the night before I wanted to do this video, my friend said that he wanted to make taco salads, so we did. And we were making the tofu and stuff for everybody, so I wasn't able to measure everything out exactly to the gram, but I pretty much ballparked it, and I got 102.5 grams of protein. Somehow I only managed to eat a little over 2,000 calories. I don't know how. I felt stuffed when I went to to bed. It's probably just because I was doing intermittent fasting, so it's like, you know, a shorter window of eating, and you probably can't fit in quite as much, but that's all right, just for one day. But as you can see, I got more than enough of pretty much everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys got some cool recipes from this, although I didn't share the exact recipe. We were just kind of making it up as we went along. And Josh, I think, didn't really want to do a recipe video because we were just kind of making it up as we went along. You'll probably see Josh more in the future. He recently started his own channel, so I'm really excited to see how that turns out. I'm not going to tell you what it is until he really starts posting more videos more often, but I'll probably be on his channel eventually. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe, like the video and stuff, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.